I really need to make sure I'm doing it every day.
Yeah. I
But
mean, like, it is important to do, but as long as you're at least like going through the thought process of it, you don't necessarily have to write it down. But obviously, writing it down is a good habit to get
yeah,
into.
I was about to say like sometimes I'll just take some time and reflect, and it feels like it does similar stuff. Maybe it's not as
Yeah.
concrete, but I don't know. In general, I've not been feeling as good about Melee recently.
Yeah. That's fair.
Um, I don't know why. I think it's more like I'm because there's nothing going on in terms of like tournaments. Like sometimes I'm just worried that I'm just like not gonna get good. I think as well.
Yeah. Um, it is hard to like sort of judge progress at the moment, especially because there isn't. There's like net play tournaments and then I guess ranked when that comes out, but yeah. So I mean, do you enter any net play tournaments?
No, I don't. Maybe I
Okay.
should. Maybe it'd be better.
Yeah, it might be. Obviously, it's like very it can be very dangerous to enter them, but I think it could be good if you want something to work towards. Um, then you can kind of see some progress with like net play tournaments because obviously they're like weekly, so you
Yeah.
can like, or you could enter like once every 2 weeks something, and like you can sort of track your progression that way. As long as you're just not only taking the results at face value and actually like looking into your own play and seeing what's progressing and what's not, then I
Yeah.
think they're helpful. Um, but yeah, I mean, also just remember to relook at your goals. Like you said, you wanted to get PR when we started, um,
Yeah.
and just always try to have that like in the back of your head whenever you're less motivated.
Yeah. It's not. I don't even feel like it's motivation. I feel like I'm worried that the same situation is going to happen where I put in a lot of work and don't see results. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think in general I'm worried that I won't have the ability to get PR regardless of how much work I put in.
Hmm.
Like I guess I'm just concerned that like even if I do everything, my like plateau or like the peak I can get to will still be below that level.
Hmm. I mean, I don't have any evidence for this, but I do think that pretty much anybody can get UK PR. It's just about how you practice and what you learn to do. I
Hmm.
think going past that is there might be some sort of like human peak sort of, but at that point I'm talking like top 100 level probably. Um, but I mean, people have gone to the PR with um, like bad characters and stuff like that. So I think it's definitely doable. And when I look at the people on the PR, I don't like a lot. The difference a lot of the time is just like people on the PR execute better and they have slightly better punish game. I wouldn't say they're like smarter in all of these situations and have put loads more work in than you. I think they've just played a lot and like for some people, they just get the hang of it and that works for the majority of people.
Yeah, I
Um,
was kind of like reflecting on why, because whenever I look at people that are like a few tiers above me, like their execution is like it's like night and day compared to mine.
yeah,
And it's like what obviously I know it's probably because I kept pissing about swapping characters and how I hold the controller and everything. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard not to get caught up in this like, oh, I've just wasted all this time.
yeah, no, I understand. I mean, from my perspective, right? Zane's been playing the same amount of time as me, and he's maybe number one in the world at the moment, and I'm
Mm.
stuck around the same level, maybe a bit better than I was a couple of years ago. But yeah, I think like everybody has regrets about how they spent their time. Like I think the first or like 2017, 18, I think I didn't really get anywhere. Uh, so I think I had a plateau then. But yeah, I mean, there is like some of it is luck as well with like the environment you're in, like who you practice with, what their attitude is, like uh, what you end up learning and what you don't end up learning. Um, yeah,
Yeah. I think like the first year for me was really good because it was with all the Southampton guys, so Jessica, R23, Seb,
Yeah,
Sam, and all that lot. So I was playing with them every week. But once that house all disbanded, it's like there's not really that much in the south. Like it was like Dom, Porter, and Buttnose
yeah,
mainly, and Lil Rose. They're like the only people I've consistently played with.
yeah. That sounds a lot like Bristol back in the day. Um,
Yeah, like what was Bristol? Like you, Icon.
no, like back in like 2016 or so, it was me, Candy,
Mm.
uh, like pretty bad people. Aiken didn't start playing until like, or start getting good until like 2018 or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of like just me getting to the point where like I can help out other people and bring everybody's skill level up. But I mean, luckily it taken lessons with me, so hopefully I can point you in the right direction.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a weird idea, but do you think it would be worth looking at some of the like PR Falcos, and I can kind of point out, you know, why I think you're quite close to their level? I don't know if that would help you sort of uh, make it seem a lot more possible for you to achieve.
Maybe we could do that like next lesson if you want. Maybe we could go over like a Falco, or we could do it this lesson if you think it's important as well.
Um,
Or maybe split our time between one game of me versus Pip and one of like.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking because like issues like this are pretty important because like if you don't fix it, then you're just gonna have more and more days where like you don't feel like practicing or, uh, you know, and like how you perform in melee is linked to like how you're feeling a lot of the time as well. Um,
Yeah.
I think we can try and squeeze in both. If we watch like a game of I think that's good. If we watch a game of you versus Pip and then we watch like a PR Falco like Mordo or something, and I can point out like where I think you guys are making the same mistakes and where he's like distinguishing himself from you.
Okay, that sounds
Um,
good.
I think that will help. Okay.
It's so weird. Some of the lower PR people, I'm like, I could definitely catch this guy. Like I
Yeah.
could definitely be doing the same stuff as him. And then other people, it's just like, yeah,
Let me look at the
I don't.
video. Well, the Falco's on there anyway.
Was it Mordo, Tino, you?
Yeah, Mordo's 14th at the moment.
I think Mordo is a good example of someone who I don't think is like crazy far.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably the best person I can, because I feel like I know his strengths and weaknesses really well, just like as a player.
Okay.
And it's why like he does very good versus certain people and then very bad versus others, right? Like if you watch him play against like like he lost to UO and he's like 14th or whatever on the
Yeah.
PR, whereas he can beat like he nearly beat me. He's beaten Tino. And that's just about like how he plays and what those matchups are like. Like the Falco did is quite skewed towards how he plays, whereas Peach Falco is definitely not skewed toward how he plays.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've actually shared with the Slippy launch thing before, so this will be interesting.
I don't think so. No, I've not seen it.
Yeah, I just need to set it up quickly. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Cool. Should we do? Yeah, we can do Fountain. I don't know how you feel about Fountain in the matchup.
I quite like it.
What were the other stages you played on, or do you know?
Battlefield Yoshi's, I think.
Okay.
I think it was Battlefield.
We
Yoshi's
can, yeah. I'll look for the Battlefield one, just because Fountain's a bit.
There's a lot of there's a lot of situations that aren't going to come up often.
Yeah, I was talking to to Ginger about it actually. Okay, Dream, that's fine. About how like on FOD a lot of the like reaction based stuff you just can't do because you don't have enough space and the platforms get in the way. So a lot of the time you're just kind of like throwing out preemptive attacks to try and hit Fox before he hits you, and it just turns into this like big scrap that's always happening. So it's hard to like clearly define like what situations you're winning and losing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Let me turn off the.
Are you still doing your lessons with Ginger?
Yeah, I'm doing 2 a month at the moment.
How they go? Are they going well?
Yeah, they're going pretty well. I'm mainly getting them from because I think there's some matchups that like I'm probably as good as him at, like Falcon and some ones like that. But I think there's some that you can definitely help me with, like Fox, Marth. Puff, and they're the ones I've been focusing on with him, and I think, especially Puff, I've gone way better at. So
I saw.
Yeah, I just destroyed him. Yeah,
it wasn't even close. It was like double free stock or something.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I definitely attribute some of that to Ginger. But yeah, I was gonna say right off the bat here.
Oh, I can't see.
I think it's because I closed the other one. Can you see now?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Yeah, right off the bat, you just kind of, well, I call this like a cheese opening, because it's like one of those that probably shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
I feel like any time Fox gets like some weird running shine on you like this, it just means that you shouldn't have shot the laser in the first place. Whereas if it's like, he like takes the laser and then dash running shines you or whatever. But with this one, he literally just ran off the platform and did it. Pipsqueak as a player is very big on like hitting you before you can get a laser out, so he loves to do like running shines, like early nares to stuff you, like full hop shining you, stuff like that. Yeah. And versus those types of players, again, it's just about either. Well, step one is not shooting the laser in the first place. So like here, for example, you could do like run off downer instead or something like that and try and read him running in. Or you could shoot the laser in a better way. For example, you could do drop through laser instead, and then he doesn't have time to get over to you.
Yeah.
And then the other part is you can either start like throwing out attacks to stuff him trying to move in. So stuff like downer in place or dash dance whiff punish. Or you can sort of move out of the way of it with like full hop or something like that. But yeah, the main part of it is just like not shooting lasers that he can sort of intercept you with like nares and running shines and stuff. Because that's where he gets a lot of his mileage.
Yeah.
Yeah. You always just want to get to the platform as soon as possible on Dreamland.
Yeah, I thought he might bite and go straight up, and he just didn't. He just
yeah. The thing is, like, if he, I don't know exactly when the platform tech chase starts, but the two grabs I think make the difference between him being able to do the full reaction tech chase and having to guess. So if you get there as soon as possible, then it makes the combo like harder for him. Yeah, I think he sort of did the same thing again here.
With the nair.
Yeah, so I think you tried to laser, or at least you tried to dash back and then.
I think I tried lasering.
Yeah, I can see the gun in his hand. Yeah, so this is a classic one where like you need to. Shielding's really good versus this nair because you get shine out of shield, right? At low percents you can do like crouch cancel shine as well.
Yeah.
Or I think if you'd have done the laser where you like fully retreat with it, it might have worked, but it was tricky to say. But yeah, shielding is really good versus people who play this, and also just we talked about like rolling out of the way of full hop.
Mm-hmm.
It's a similar thing here where if they're throwing out lots of attacks in place, then you can just kind of roll away from them, and then you have enough like frames to actually like play a better mix up.
Would you be trying to roll back towards the ledge, or just try and roll in?
Either of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Like if you time the roll now, he'd be naring the other way while you are rolling in, so he can't like true punish you. He has to like make a read on what you're going to do next after the roll. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so don't be afraid to roll if people are playing really aggressive and like throwing out lots of attacks, because they're putting themselves in too much lag to be able to cover it, and it forces them to like step off the gas a bit, and sort of wait for those rolls, and that just gives you a bit more time to work with. Trying to see if you had time to refresh here.
Oh.
Because you usually want to set up for the edge guard always by refreshing first and then doing your edge guard. Otherwise, the B just like wins usually.
It was close. I think I might have been able to.
Yeah, I think you would have been able to. If you did like up B stall or shine up B and then do the shine, then it would have worked, I think. Yeah, again, he's just building free damage, right? And then he probably could have got that tech chase. Yeah, see how he like nares your laser again? He's just like pushing buttons the whole time and like constantly attacking you.
Yeah.
So you just need to get in the mindset of like either try and stuff him moving in. So like this is a great example actually. So instead of shooting the laser, you could downer in place, or like Zoodair.
Yeah.
You know the Zoodair, right?
Yeah, it's like the Lord Stomp thing, right?
Yeah. So that would be great here. So anytime Fox is doing like running shine or short hop nair approaches, Zoodair is like amazing. Nice. But yeah, pretty much every time he's hit you, he's just always been moving forward. So you want to try and like stuff him if you have the time to, or otherwise try and like move out of the way somehow, roll or full hop. Like here again. He just kind of like runs you down. So you always want to think. I think we talked about this in Ditters as well, but you always want to think about like when you're both in like this sort of position where neither of you is in lag. Like, how do they like to play it? Do they like to try and run you down, or do they like to wait you out? You know.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the Fox classes actually where we were talking about it with Shine, like when they shine and knock you down.
I don't remember that. Oh, on Wake Up, yeah. So
yeah.
Sorry, I'm with you now.
Yeah, no, this is like basically the same thing, but obviously like not off of a Shine. But yeah, so Pip like 99% of the time just sort of runs at you in some way.
I don't feel like I'm ever ready to hit them techs on the platforms either.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like I'm clearly DI'ing to the platform by some missed attack.
Yeah. I used to find it hard when I was trying to get ready to slide off DI. I think it's just about like you're having to think about too many things at once. Like you're having to think about the DI and then the tech. I think my Discord just went weird. But yeah, I was just gonna say, I think it's just one of those things where you're thinking about too many things at once, so then you like miss part of it.
Sorry, on which bit?
Oh, on the tech thing. You said you were missing a lot of text on the platform.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Yeah, it is quite hard sometimes as well, especially with Dreamland platforms quite high. So you have to tech earlier than like on other stages.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The stream's not open again.
Because damn it, Discord.
Yeah, there we go.
Cool. Hmm.
And then it's like, even though I got an opening, I didn't get the late dare, so I didn't get a follow up. I don't even think I was late on the shine.
Yeah, this one was a bit of a weird one because you down it out of shield and he jumps and he's below knockdown percent. This is one of the ones again where like sometimes instead of like trying to attack, you just want to retreat in some way. Like I always think about it like if I have some frame advantage on my opponent, I'm either trying to hit them off it or trying to reposition. You know.
Yeah.
And depending on like the situation, so here Fox is at 16, so the downer isn't going to be that good. So I'd rather reposition and get out of the corner. But if Fox is at like 40, then this downer is amazing, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, always keep in mind that like when somebody like whiffs something or is in lag, you don't always have to try and hit them for it. You can like use the time to reposition instead if that seems better, like in the context of the situation. I usually try and shine on wake up instead of shield. He could have bared you, to be fair, but just something to keep in mind. Because if he's going to go for the regrab anyway, then there's no point shielding, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And just in general, bearing there, I think you were at like, You gotta factor in like how the other person plays as well. Like to me, Pipsqueak seems like a very I'm gonna do this optimal flowchart. So he's not gonna back air you at 90 on a platform. He's gonna like
go for a regrab or an up air.
Yeah, he'll do like Waveland reaction tech chase or something like that. Whereas if you're playing like
Prof would probably bear that.
Yeah, like some of the like less optimal foxes or whatever. So then versus them, I think the shield is decent.
Okay.
Just something to keep in mind, especially versus Fox because he has such a diverse like combo game. It's just sort of like categorizing the player, thinking about how they like to combo. Nice. You had the right idea. You just like mistimed the shine.
Yeah.
Were you trying to hit the Tekken place, or were you trying to combo him?
I think I was trying to cover the Tekken place and roll.
Okay. That's good then, because that just means you need to just like adjust your timing. Because I think we talked about that in one of the first lessons. Fuck's sake. I don't know what's happening with my Discord. God. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I've been practicing the 50-50.
Yeah.
Tech chase read. I struggle with the one where you've got to shine on the inside of the platform and turn around. Seem to always get good shine.
Yeah, the way I went about practicing that was I just practiced it from on the platform first, like just doing the input of run off and then shine, turn around, waveland.
Ah, okay.
It is really hard. It took me about a month or two to be able to get it like consistently in game. Like if I was playing a tournament, for example. So yeah, just another thing to add to like your solo practice, I guess.
Do I have to be holding down or B for a certain amount of time? You know, like sometimes you can get stuck in shine if you don't hold B. If that makes sense. Like if you jump too early. Because I think that's what it is. I'm jumping during the turnaround frames.
Yeah, you just have to delay it more than you would when you do a normal like shine waveland. I don't know the exact frame data on how long the turnaround locks you in for though.
Yeah, that makes sense. Then the stream's not loading.
No.
Is that my
end? It says your stream is still running on mine. Let me try ending it again. Stream Dolphin.
No, it's just loading for me. Can't see anything. I'm gonna leave and rejoin quick.
Alright.
Nah, I still can't see.
It's still not there.
Yeah, I'll send a picture of it still. It's just like that the whole time. In general, just like got two little blue loading squares.
Okay. I mean, it could be Discord. Well, my Discord having problems since it did just kick me out twice. So.
Oh wait. There it is.
You got it? Yeah, I can see it now as well. Okay. I think that's another one of those jumps we talked about, right? They're like panic jumps.
That one, yeah.
Yeah. Like obviously you have to do it sometimes, but it can also be good to just fast fall and then double jump to ledge. Yeah, let's watch another one.
I think the other one might be Yoshi's. Or
There's one on FD actually. That could be alright. Yeah.
Ready?
Okay, I can see it.
You can see? Alright. Yeah, this is another one where it's like really vital that you don't get sort of like running shine or rush down as well, because obviously the punish is way harder for him, or like the opening he gets is bigger. Yeah, you see again how like you rolled away and then he's just instantly running at you. So yeah, you just want to be a bit more like aggressive in some of these spots rather than like shielding. Just throw out an attack and he will run into it. Nice. Grab ledge. This is really hard because of how FD is. This is another one where you might want to shine, like stall and then do drop down shine, or the drop double jump down air. Just because it stops like this happening where it beats you outright.
So what would I do? Would I shine below the stage and then there later? Is that all?
So you stall and then you can like shine him going low, and then you can rising double jump bear him or down air.
Okay.
Or you can just shine him and then wave land on stage and do a combo. Or you could do the shine stall and then do the down air you did, but that's a bit trickier to time. Nice. If they're spamming like full up in the corner like this and like double jumps and stuff, at the moment I've just been doing like dash dances and then trying to back air them landing. And if they sort of drift away from you and don't get hit by it, you're still in like a good position, right? Because you have center and they're in the corner. Instead of like trying to go for grabs and stuff, because this sort of happens where he like manages to sneak over you. So I think it's good to just dash dance and then throw out like the delayed back airs on like a timing when he'd land. It's unfortunate.
Spaced.
Yeah, so this one you wave dash the wrong way as well. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know why I do that sometimes. I guess it's to try and get like a run-in start when I'm closer to the edge, but I have plenty of room.
Yeah. I think if he DI'd away at this as well, you probably can't get him anyway. I'm not sure though. But yeah, I think if you'd have wave dashed the right way, you would have just hit this anyway, because it would have been like much easier to just full hop double jump there. Nice. Yeah, you see how you just like jumps and throw out an attack and it just hit him. Well, it looks stupid, but like that's what's happening is like he's just trying to jump at you, and you just need to throw out more like preemptive stuff. Nice C roll in as well. He just like he was trying to do too many things, then he couldn't cover it. God damn it.
Yeah, the roll in.
Yeah, like he tried to like full hop and then he didn't have enough time to cover the roll. Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's just unfortunate.
How's it challenge?
Yeah, so this now you can't actually churn out of shield.
Oh, really?
The full hop one, yeah. It's
Or is it just positive?
it's just like good enough on shield because it beats shield grab as well. But yeah, if they do this full hop nair and they hit the fast fall properly, like he does here, it's just safe. So a lot of the time you need to like roll instead.
Oh, okay, I was trying to shine out shoulder.
Yeah, you just get shined every time if they execute well. So you want to sort of like wait out the first shine and then make a read of some sort. Like you can roll away, or you can wait for him to do like an early aerial after the shine and then shine out of shield. But yeah, you can't shine in between the aerial and the shine.
Oh, okay.
Basically the only time you can get shine out of shield on Fox aerials is when he's rising as he hits your shield. So it's not about the height at which they hit; it's about whether he's rising or falling.
Damn, I didn't know it was that good.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Obviously, apart from drill, which you can technically always shine, but it's a bit wonky. But yeah, so just keep that in mind when they're like, unless he's rising with it, you don't have time to shine out shield.
Okay.
And that'll like stop that happening.
What's that?
Nice. I just go for down air grab in that sort of spot. If like the shine won't hit and it's sort of a weird scenario, I go for down air grab or I go for like double down air.
Oh, on the drift back one, yeah.
Yeah. Or again, like what I was saying before, you can just reposition instead if you want. Like you can dash back, and then if he like whiffs or something, then it can be decent. I may as well watch Phantom Game because these seem like pretty quick games. This one.
I think that one's good as well.
Fair enough. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like also you're just in the corner for like 90% of the match. Again, I think it's just because you're picking a lot of like defensive options in these like neutral scenarios, and then he's just sort of like bullying you into the corner because he's not afraid to like push forward at all, and you're kind of like giving him all this space to like move into. So again, just try and like hold your ground a bit more with like aerials in place, or like try to maybe move back and then move up and over him, or you know, it feels like you're being quite passive. I guess is the best way to describe it. And then when you try to establish control, he's already so far up in your face that he can like hit you for trying to like get a laser out or stuff like that.
Yeah, I can see that. I think it's something I struggle with against Marth as well.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of thing.
I mean, I used to have that problem a bit as well, especially versus Prof, because it feels like, everything you do is such a big risk that you want to sort of move back and have like lots of space before you choose to laser or whatever, but again, he can just kind of like move forward and take the whole stage, and then you're playing a worse mix-up than what you thought was risky one.
I think I used to be
Nice.
like over aggro.
Yeah.
And now I've gone like the opposite way, and good aggro players are now just like feels like they can just toy with me.
Yeah, I don't know if because you said you had lessons with Squid for a bit, right? He's talked to Drake Fox before about how he sees it as like a slider of like you go from really aggressive to really defensive, and then you sort of like end up in between after a while through like trial and error. And that sort of sounds like what you're describing. But again, I don't want to hop on it too much. But again, like you do like just a rising downer out of the corner here, and it hits him because he's just trying to hit you. Nice. Okay, so this edge guard.
I could have down smashed that, or
Yeah, if you were gonna grab ledge, I think you want to do it in a better way. So something like dash dance wave dash to ledge, or shine turnaround wave dash, or shield stop short hop backwards. The shine at B is just really really slow. I think even if you executed it properly there, I think he still would have hit you. So that's something to think about. Is like shine at B is actually like quite slow for grabbing the ledge. And then the other thing was, yeah, like you said, down smash could work. You can also like short hop in place and then back air once you see the side B. That can be good. Or you can just hard read it with like forward smashes then. Yeah, again, you like shot the laser but then didn't do anything afterward. And you could have like down smashed the side B, like you said.
you'll see in a second.
Oh, well, you do it in a second?
I think I did it.
Okay, fair enough.
I was like, constant out. He just signed me into the match, and I think I just.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. Surprised he missed that, to be honest. Doesn't miss that versus me. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate because you're getting a lot of like weird hits, which means it's like quite hard to set up your combo game.
It's like, this is the first time I think I've like actually been hitting shine out shields and stuff on any of the games we've watched together or anything. And then it's like, yeah, I get like a really weird hit on the low side part.
Yeah, with this one you just did the shine too fast, then you ended up doing a grounded one, which makes it harder to combo unless you know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all good. I like the back air. And then, yeah. But I mean, Fountain creates these sort of situations a lot as well, where you're getting like weird hits. Versus like I call it optimal Fox, but in this sort of situation, I always just do laser dash dance and then down air because they always throw out up tilt.
Yeah.
So I think we talked about it in the Falco Ditto as well, right?
Yeah, I think so. So like hit the laser, dash back, dash in.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Or they do like take laser, shine, or spot dodge or something like that. So the down air just covers a lot of options there, and you can you get like a meaty down air off of it as well, which gives you a good combo.
You can hit the late one, I think, right?
Yeah. Is my Discord still working for you? Yeah, this game looks much closer though.
Yeah.
He was definitely like he wasn't punishing as hard, and the hits he was getting weren't ones that were just leading to you dying instantly.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's just some of the FOD gen, but like he can't do his optimal platform tech chasing and stuff.
but I do think a lot of the kills he was getting was like because you got shined in the corner or stuff like that. And this time you've been winning a lot more of the situations in the corner, so it hasn't been like you just dying off one hit. He did get a couple of like good strings on Dreamland, but I think he only killed you off of like one of them maybe. I think a lot of the kills happened, especially on the FD game as well, were just like you getting hit in the corner. Yeah, again you threw out an attack there. You wave dash the wrong way again as well. It's definitely something that's really important because like this could be a kill, right?
Yeah. Like,
If you wave dash the wrong way.
Like, shine there that easy.
Yeah. It should just always be in your brain that like you're on the left side of him here, and the down air is going to hit on the left side, so you need to shine and wave dash to the right. Unless you get some crazy SDI. But yeah, like something like that is what can like limit your combo game a lot. Versus like Optimal Fox as well, getting good at doing double shines here. Like you can do, I do West Balls pressure because it's easier, but just a double shine of some sort can be really good in these sort of spots. Going back to like PR player Foxes, someone like 23, like the only thing they know how to do out of shield is shine. So if you can like consistently beat that, then every time you get on his shield, you're gonna win with like a high reward option. So getting good at these sorts of situations is very important. Pip's a bit better than that out of shield, but like even Prof, to be honest, is just like a shine out of shield spammer. So it's definitely really valuable to get good at beating it. It's sometimes worth it to just down smash off of this downer, like in the scrap specifically.
Okay.
Just because like he's very unlikely to tech, right? And if it hits, you probably get a kill. Or it sets up for a really good edge card. But yeah, anytime you're like scrapping like this, he's probably holding down in some way, which means he's gonna get grounded, and then he'll probably miss the tech. Yeah, okay. Yeah, like I say, I think the reason he felt like it would be kind of hard to get something from this is just because what I was saying about he's just playing very aggressive. He plays a very like pub stompy style is the best way I can describe it, where like he's just always pressing at you, and if you don't have the knowledge or execution to beat it, then he's just gonna run over you. But if you sort of like move around a bit, like roll lots, sort of make him work a bit more for his openings, then you start to see like more like actual situations being played. Whereas I feel like in those games we watched, a lot of the time it was just like one interaction determined like whether he kills you or not. So yeah, I think it would be worth to watch different Falco for a bit. Might actually be worth watching Tino versus Pipsqueak. I know we said about Mordo, but I remember Tino beat Pipsqueak pretty badly when they played.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I can just sort of point out some of the differences. I don't think I do like as well versus Pipsqueak, so and I don't think I have any good VODs versus. I might do actually. Wait, let me think. I think I do have a set, but the point was like finding some of the other PR Falcos that we can sort of compare with. So, yeah, I don't think Mordo's played against Tino. Mordo's played against Pipsqueak. Sorry. How do I?
What are you trying to do? Share YouTube.
Okay, yeah, I got it. Can you see?
Yep.
I feel like if you were to...
Yeah, I think already, like, even though he's gotten opened up, it's been a lot harder for Pip to sort of, like, get his openings. Or, like, Tino's defense. So, for example, he DI'd really well on the up smash. And then, hits the DI first time. And then he picks, like, a good recovery, so he, like, shine stores and then double jumps back. And, like, he makes it complicated enough that Pip has to make some like awkward edge guard and then he drops it and then he gets out the combo right, whereas I feel like that didn't really happen in your set or like in your games. So that's one big thing, is just like defense, making it as hard as possible for the opponent to sort of get their stuff going. Yeah, you can already see he's like, he just seems like way more confident to like move towards Fox as well. So like here he just like full hop down air towards him and then, you know, like the jump shine, stuff like that. Whereas I feel like your play seemed a lot more like timid, would be how I'd describe it. So he's just more willing to scrap with Fox, and that's especially important on Yoshi's and Fountain in particular. Just because there's less space, so you're forced to like sort of, again, like I was saying before, like make more preemptive reads like this downer. Like versus, I think because Pip's playing against like a better player, he's like more hesitant. But I feel like if he was playing versus you, this downer would have just hit him because he'd just be trying to like rush you down.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the only time Tina's backing up is to immediately get a laser out.
Yeah, like I don't think you had this position like once versus Pip, or like I think it happened on FD, and that was it. Whereas it's already happened in like the first, you know, minute of the match.
Yeah.
Drops the edge guard, good recovery again. He goes for the edge cancel side B. That's like one of the hardest things for Fox to cover. Plays well on wake up from the shine and kills him off of it, right? So he gets shine, but then he kills him from that situation. Whereas I feel like those reversals don't really happen too much.
No.
So again, it's about like defense and sort of turning their openings into your openings. Messes up there, which is fine. Again, plays quite aggro there in that like neutral situation we were on about. Like they're both.
He's just like running.
He just like jump shines him, yeah. And it's going to hit Pip because he probably tried to push a button and either move forward or jump there. Frame by frame there.
That was basically the same situation apart from...
Roles reversed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, he's the one in center, right, as well. Yeah, he tried to full up. But yeah, just got to keep in mind, like, he's always pressing buttons, so your buttons are going to, like, hit him more, you know? Yeah, this is a good one as well. So we were talking about how, like, when somebody hits you, you don't always have to try and hit them, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And also as a safe back air. But yeah, so he, like, waits for the back air and then jumps out instead, and now they're, like, he's in a better position, right, than a shine on his shield. And then, yeah, plays aggro. You see how he just down airs off the platform? And that sort of stuffs Pip trying to hit him. Whereas I feel like you'd have either been holding shield on the platform or like tried to laser, and then the nair would have hit you probably.
Yeah, I probably would have tried like running off laser or fall through laser.
Yeah, but again, like he was getting back in the corner, and now he's like took the stock for it. Yeah, like he gets a full kill off of this. And again, throughout that whole sequence, he didn't really mess up any execution at all, right? Either.
No.
And I think this is just like I feel like you were hesitating a lot more than Tino is. Like Tino's very I'd say he's a very confident player. Like Like even like this downer could have been extremely bad, but he goes for it anyway because like he knows, you know, Pip plays quite aggressive, so he's willing to do it. Yeah, again. And again, this is just working because Pip's always trying to move forward, right? So Tina just like steals the initiative from him and just sort of hits him first. Armada's talked about this before. Basically, like some of the best ways to beat aggression is just to like fight fire with fire and just sort of hit them first.
Yeah, even when he's just like daring at him.
Yeah. But yeah, like look how hard like Pip's having to work for the kill. He's got like 3 hits on him here, I think, like 1, and then has to win that hit and then this hit, and like he's still not dead, right? Whereas I feel like he'd have just got shined in some way and then like instantly died. So it's just good awareness of like, you know, grabbing the ledge and then picking a smart recovery, and you know he isn't doing any of those like bad double jumps as well. Yeah, again, nearly hits him out of his thing again.
In terms of the execution, I don't think he's doing anything I'm like unable to do. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's
He's not like playing a situation where I'm like, holy shit, I don't think I can do that.
yeah,
It's all things that I can do.
yeah. It's just whether you can do them all together all at once while playing in losers eighths of a tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, it's just like, there's just so much of his game that's unconscious competence, right? Whereas you're not at that stage yet. So like, when he gets knocked down in the corner or when he was in Shield vs Fox's Bear, he already knows that he can't shine and he needs to wait out and then jump. And then he can play a mix-up after, like, he knows all that just, like, subconsciously. Whereas you're still at the point where you're like, can I even hit him here or not? Is this a bad position for me or not? So yeah, it just gets a lot easier to execute well once you know what's happening on the screen as well. It's kind of funny that like really bad players often have better execution than like slightly better players because like they're not thinking about the game as much, they're just thinking about tech skill. So it kind of goes in a circle where like you're thinking so little about the game that you can execute, and then you're sort of overwhelmed with everything that's going on, so your execution drops, and then once you understand it all, your execution like picks back up, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just another one of those like the better you are, the better everything goes sort of thing. I forgot Nikki was at this tournament.
Who's that, Nicky?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm probably at the stage where some of my tech skill I can do, but it's still conscious.
Yeah.
I'm still having to think about it, but I can do it when I'm thinking.
Yeah. So there's 2 parts to that. The first is getting the tech skill down to the point where you can do it. The way I think about practicing that is just when I'm in friendlies, I just concentrate on spamming that thing as much as possible until it's like ingrained.
Yeah.
So stuff like I'm practicing like run off shine stall edge guards. So every time I hit them off stage, I just do that regardless of like whether it hits or not, just to build up the execution. And then once I've got that part down, that's when I can start sort of like molding it into my game plan and like figuring out when to mix it in. Yeah. He's like hitting him. I think he's killing him every time he's off stage as well, which is really important as well.
Yeah, like I know I wouldn't have got to ledge as quick as he did then. Like,
Yeah.
Does laser instantly.
Yeah, and he like already knows how the edge guard is going to go as soon as he hits this laser as well, which I feel like when this happened to you, you sort of hesitated on the ledge and didn't know exactly how to cover what he can do. Yeah. Again, that was like a pretty tricky recovery from him. He does like double jump and then fast fall side piece. I don't know if you do this at all.
No, I would probably have shine stalled him instead.
Yeah, because a lot of people do the double jump up here and then just up B or side B. So then the Fox wants to do like double jump bear to cover that preemptively. So then he just fast forward side B and it sort of goes under. Unless the fox reacts, which Pip does there. But yeah. And then again, he's in the center for a lot of this, right? And then he only gets put in the corner because he lost a mix-up instead of just like putting himself there in the first place. Yeah, it's the platform makes it tricky. Yeah, you got a kill maybe.
Almost.
I think he gets. Okay. Well, he got 106 off of Pip shining him. But yeah, again, it just goes to show like he isn't really destroying him in neutral. He's just like defending really well, and Pip is having a really hard time getting anything started. And he also, again, like we were saying in the Falcon Ditto, like he's messing up a lot of these combos, right? Like this one he shined the wrong way, but then picks up anyway. This one he was late, but then he drops through and fixes it. I'm so mad. Yeah, did you hear what I was saying about like oops.
You said that
Just like how we were talking about in Falcon is like how Mango like drops his combo a lot, but then he like makes up for it after.
Yeah.
And it's the same with what Tino's doing here. I think he drops combo like 3 times then, but he's just always got like a backup plan. And he's ready to transition to the next stage of the game. And again, that's just a like unconscious competence thing, right? So you need to sort of build these blocks up one by one, and then it sort of like comes together naturally. So, for example, in this one, the stages of it would be, right, let's go back to the shine. So knowing what to do in this situation, first of all, like knowing how it plays out, and then like defense on Fox up throw, which I think we talked about both of those. And then this one was just about knowing how to do the tech chase. And then this was just like he knew he'd DI in, so then he just gets up air downer. And again, we talked about like how they're going to miss the tech, right? Because it's like a weird situation and they're getting down it.
yeah, and he just like fall through bears. So.
Yeah, yeah, and then this is just him reacting.
And like that's like, I think most foxes just die to that.
Yeah.
I think he even lives this, yeah.
Yeah, you see how he did like laser and then like downer in place because he knows Pip wants to play aggressive as well, right here. Because Pip tries to like wave dash in. Yeah, see he rolled when he did the full hop now?
Yeah, he didn't try shine that shield, right?
Yeah,
Well,
because if he tries to shine out of shield and he gets hit, he's at 89, so he's probably going to die, right? So rolling's really good there, and then he full hops out, makes it harder. Like, I feel like you would have probably shielded, and then you would have got some, like, shine pressure on you. Whereas, like, Pip ends up just getting, like, a weak bear, which is a lot easier to recover from. Picks a good recovery. Rolls. Like, look how hard he's having to work for this kill, right? I think he's hit him, like, 3 times at least.
he's got like 20%.
Yeah. And then Tino gets 1 opening, right?
He's got like
50. Yeah, and like he had the right read as well, he just messed up of like reading the double jump. So again, just making it really hard for your opponent to like secure the kill. And then he sort of used like Pip's impatient I don't know what the word is, like him being impatient against him. Because he kind of like moves around a load and then finally goes for like a preemptive attack to stuff him and it hits. And then he gets a big opening off of it, right? The double shine in the scrap as well that we talked about, like on his shield.
in like exactly the same situation.
Yeah. But I mean, it's good, right? Because you can see like you're playing similar situations, it's just he's playing them better.
Yeah.
Now, one thing to note is like whether does he know that all of this stuff is happening and like has he researched it or whatever. For Tino, I think he probably has, but for someone like Mordo, he might not have. And that goes back to like the thing I was saying about it's just look like how like what your environment is and like sort of how you learn the game. Because for example, I think someone like Mordo would do very well against Pip because he plays quite scrappy and he's willing to take loads of big risks. But then if he played sort of like a very defensive Fox, I think he'd struggle. But yeah, that's just like a tangent on like why I think certain, you know, PR people do well in some matchups and not in others. And then yeah, I guess the bear corner pressure as well. But yeah, it's like
Full hop again.
yeah, full up out the corner is really good.
I never do it. Like, and if I do, I seem to double jump.
I mean, the double jump can be good. You just got to mix it in well. But yeah, he's just playing very evasive. Like he's really picking his spots for when he wants to contest Fox. Like just like shield, wave dash, full hop, roll, like all those things.
I don't think I would have ever done a full hop into nothing, like full platform.
Yeah, it's a good bait because they try to go up to the platform to hit you, and then you sneak under them.
And now he's higher percentage, super annoying.
Yeah. And like if you get enough of these hits as well, that's when you can just start playing normally again because he's at like, you know, the percent where back air knocks down and stuff like that.
Just challenges him with a full hop air or something.
Yeah. And when he got shined as well, he fell to ledge, right?
I missed that a lot.
Forced a ledge and then he's instantly ready, or he tried to ledge dash, but he's just instantly ready to play off of the ledge, whereas I feel like, again, you would have hesitated or not even grabbed the ledge in the first place.
Yeah, I think I missed the pass hold ledge quite a bit.
Yeah.
He's just running ahead.
Yeah, look at him.
Maybe that's something I need to mix in more, because it's an option I would like to be good at, is like laser run and shines and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Tino's just like placing his attacks really well, right? It's not like he's spamming them. It's like every one of them has the purpose of like hitting Pip out of something. But yeah, I mean, you can see how difficult it is for him to sort of when it's again like a smart recovery as well, like double jump back up B, makes it hard for Fox to get the kill. Yeah. Yeah, again, you see, we were talking about this, right? How Pip likes to running shine you out of lasers. So Tino just bears him instead. It was a bad AC bear, but like the intent was there, right, to hit him trying to run in. So this would have been a perfect zoo dare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't get hit by the up tilt again when he lasers him in the corner.
Just lasers in place, right?
Yeah, and then he tries to like do a space downer. Rip.
But he's just flustering, like he's making these mistakes because he's...
Yeah, that's actually like another important thing, especially for tournament players, like figuring out how people like to play when they're tilted as well. Someone like Pippi just tries to like run at you even more, because he's like an angry tilter, right? Whereas there's some people that just kind of give up and play a lot like lazier, and you know, like they're not trying or whatever. And you want to try and like identify that and see like how you can exploit it. Like if I was,
would you just like go in even harder?
well, versus someone like Pip, I would just do way more. Oh wait, did you say against the other sort? Sorry.
Yeah, so against the aggressive, the people that just get really lazy, would you just go in even more?
Yeah, I would just like a lot of the time they just try and do something like, I don't know if you've played on Netplay, but people start like spamming up smash and stuff like that, or moths like spam forward smash.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I just sort of like see what they're trying to do and then, you know, like wait for it and then hit them. Or if it's someone that's like fishing for a kill, then, you know, I just start playing really annoying like Tina was, right? Like jumping around a lot, rolling, stuff like that. transformation's kind of stupid. Yeah.
Again, he's still like naring at him.
Yeah. Yeah, Tino's very willing to move forward. Like, look at this interaction. Like, rolls back, moves forward, moves forward, moves forward. And like, if you throw out the attack first, then you're gonna win usually versus Fox. Just because your like moves are bigger. Yep.
Laser shine.
Yeah, he's like. It's good because he's doing those like lots of forward movement stuff when he's in the center, but when he's in the corner, he's actually playing it quite like patient. So like there, he sort of stays there for a bit and waits for Pip to move, and then shines him. Or like before he was shooting the lasers and not running into the up tilts. Yeah. And stuff like this happens a lot as well, where people get desperate, right? So he's just doing like bad jumps because he doesn't want to lose or whatever. So again, you can sort of use the book and like classify how people tilt and like what they're gonna do. Like, so that was like desperation, right?
Yeah, he was just like, get on tag.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like doing. They're always picking the best option they can to like try and escape, basically. Like the quickest way to get out. We can watch my set with him quickly because I think my one with him's pretty quick as well. Yeah, 8-minute best of 5. Yeah, this one's maybe a bad laser, but I shot it from like a good distance, right? Like if I'd have shot it lower, then I like got to shine him out of it.
Oh, you've got the down there on top of that.
Yeah.
Even so, you're moving forward a lot better.
Yeah. Same recovery as Tina, right? I do the shine stall and then up B high. It just means the Fox has to make like a hard read on like which angle I'm gonna go. And then I probably oh. Yeah. I do have the advantage in this set of like he's gonna be flubbing more because I'm like the better player. Which you don't get sadly. But that's just something you have to like out execute them.
Or at least make him start respecting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you see how I roll there instead of trying to challenge? I feel like you would have done something like up tilt here and then got nared. So both me and Tino are like picking our spots better of when we want to play aggressive and when we want to just move out of the way instead.
Yeah, it's almost like reverse. Like I'm playing aggressive in the spots where you guys are rolling and
Yeah.
and then playing quite passive when it's neutral.
Yeah, exactly. That's just like a classic like good versus worst player thing is like they're picking the wrong fights, you know. I'm not covering these side Bs at all though. Again, good recovery. Yeah, so you see how I refresh to set up the edge guard? So I grab the ledge and then I refresh and then it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
And it also sort of like gives you time to react to how they recovered as well. So I saw that B down there and I'm like, right, I need to do this, like shine stall or shine back air. Yeah, stuffed in, trying to run at me, you see?
With the wave dash back shine.
Yeah, so that was one where I feel like you would probably do like the dashback laser and then he'd shine you, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Good recovery again. That was a mistake by me. But yeah, again, he had to work quite hard for that, right?
Yeah.
He got one hit here and then he lost this mix-up and then it's weird shine and then I recover well.
there, you just hold the center.
Yeah. And even when I get hit as well, I'm ready to tech the shine, right?
Yeah.
So I've got good defense on the drill. So what I'm doing here is basically just holding down and pressing tech as I'm getting drilled, so that I'll tech it in either in place or tech roll. Yeah. Yes, this recovery is really important versus him, right? Because he's... did we talk about this versus Moth, where you want to try and get them to jump off stage, or was that someone else?
I think it was us when we talked about jumping back and up here.
Yeah.
Go out.
So it's the same versus Fox. Like, his hard counter to this is just to jump out and shine you as a read.
Yeah.
And if he isn't willing to do that, then he has to make a read on, like, a third chance, basically, of, like, which angle you're going to go. So if you know that they're not willing to jump out and hit you, then you should just do this recovery like pretty much every time, because it's just like good odds, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like you were jumping in a lot more, or like side being. Yeah, just hit him running towards me. Yeah, this recovery is pretty much the best. Like edge guard's probably the best one to do whenever they're below the stage. It's just you place the shine so that it hits the lowest angle they can do, and then you bear high, and it covers the rest of the angles.
Like, I do that with Fox, for some reason I never do it as Falcon.
Really good as Falcon. If you watch, Ginger does it the most. I do a lot in my VODs as well. That was a potentially risky one.
Because I was consciously not doing it, so I didn't think it was that great for Falcon.
Oh no, it's amazing. It's maybe his best edge guard in that position.
Because I do it for the exact same reason as Fox. Like, if the shine hits a low angle, they just get shined and die, and you cover the better.
Yeah.
For the high angle. I guess with Falco, you shine them and then they go up, and then you
bear them out there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is another one. You see how I'm not getting hit on respawn. So I go to the platform and then I sort of outmaneuver him.
Yeah, I mean, like, Tino was doing the full hops there instead.
Yeah, same sort of thing, yeah. And you see I'm doing the Zudes, trying to catch him running towards me. He's full hopping over, which makes it a bit harder for me, but yeah, it's like... It's almost like, you know, in your games, how you were always in the corner. It's kind of the opposite here, where he's always in the corner versus me, pretty much.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like, Tino basically had something the whole time.
Yeah, it's just about, like, again, like, I'm very willing to throw out attacks in place because I know he'll run into them. I'm not really scared of him, if that makes sense. Whereas I feel like you're scared of him. And I think it's just about because me and Tino both know, like, where he can and can't hit me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, it's like I was saying before, it's probably better risk reward to take the risk in the center and get hit and maybe end up in the corner, rather than play all the way into the corner and then take the risk and then you could die, right? Because you're getting shined in the corner.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah. Slide to ledge and then I'm ready to play the situation. I mess up the recovery, but yeah. Another important thing is I didn't get reversal off of my invincibility here. This happens a lot to people when they play versus Fox. Fox kind of like jumps around and try and chase him, and then he hits you with like shine here, right?
Yeah.
Whereas he actually had to like win a mix here, like he had to dash forward, like full hop drill me or whatever. And again, he didn't get anything off of the punish, right? Because I was ready to double jump off of the slide off.
And then another down.
Yeah. And then big punish. I tried to do the shine sword bear stuff. But yeah, part of it might be as well is you're not like trying to read how he's playing enough as well. So then when you do get the hits, you're kind of surprised. Whereas like I had a read that the down air would hit, so then when it does hit, I'm like fully ready to combo off of it, right?
Yeah.
And then some of these weird ones are just like reactions. Yeah, look how patient I was in shield, right? And then I lose a mix-up, but you know, I hold shield throughout this whole thing, and then he reads my like exact timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, holding sensor again, right? One thing that happened to you as well, like we said on FD, right, where you went for like laser and then you'd push right into the corner with a grab. Whereas like I'm doing a lot of like dash back and hold center, and just sort of like choke him out.
Yeah, I think it's just from what I've picked up playing versus Mark now.
Yeah.
I think I should go for it and approach.
My edge guards are not the best. Again, get into ledge and then I'm ready to act. Read the roll. Oh.
Just holding something.
Yeah. Oh, I've got an FD again as well, sick.
So I've been on there facing.
Yeah. And yeah, a lot of the time when you're playing from sensors on, you're just kind of waiting them out. It just gives you like in neutral it can be really tricky sometimes to figure out what they're trying to do. Whereas if you like wait them out for one beat, like here, he does like the full hop. It's a lot easier to guess what they're gonna do after because like people have set habits they do like after they full hop and stuff like that. So picking up on those habits is a lot easier than like true neutral, as I would call it, where you're like a screen length apart or whatever. Whereas like, you know, he's much likely to have a bad habit when it's like he just got shined in the corner and now is whiffing drill, you know. Yeah, again, I went for dare grab there where you went for dare shine, and that's the difference between like me getting a combo and him getting a combo. Good defense. This time I didn't tech and did mistech roll away instead, which made it harder. And yeah, he missed the punish.
People try and stun a lot as well.
Yeah.
That's like a way of him trying to get himself back into it or something. Yeah, it's like you get power shield and you roll away straight away.
Yeah, I'm very ready to act off of power shields. Just because it's mainly because I'm good at acting out of lasers actually, like in the Ditto. So when it hits me in game, I'm just like ready for it anyway.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I just practice that by doing the Uncle Punch power shield thing and just practice moving between lasers.
Yeah.
Probably the slow ones is the best one. But yeah, practicing stuff like dash back, roll, like dash jump nairing, they're all good. But yeah, I feel like the punish game is also just a big difference as well. Like both me and Tino again, like quite heavy like punishes. And a lot of the times it's like how you're missing the wave dash direction and stuff like that. Like how you set up the combo a lot of the time determines like how well the rest of the combo will go. So me and Tino are like giving ourselves good foundations to combo from, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And again, part of that is like knowing, like making a read and then knowing, you know, it will hit him and then, you know, we're more ready to convert, stuff like that. Yeah, did you see the coverage then?
You've done it on the right hand side as well with shine.
Yeah.
Shine there.
And again, all these situations, I dropped the combo, but I'm still like following up after right. Like this one, I guess wrong on the up B, and then I go to the ground so I can hit him, and then I do laser, and then I'm ready to catch a shield, then ready to play the edge guard. Nearly caught his full hop. Yeah. Yeah. I guess there's like a lot to take in, but hopefully it like sheds some light on like what the sort of differences are from when, say, you play versus Pipsqueak versus when me and Tino play versus him. It would have been really good to see if Mordo had played him, just because he's like a good in between. Because I think there's a lot of situations where you and Mordo would probably experience the same result, right?
On like a defensive situation.
Yeah, like I doubt he knows to roll out of Fox full hop now and stuff like that. Or like you would do something silly between stocks and probably get hit. But yeah, I'd say the main things are just I think for now, I think the direction of the wave shine is really important, first of all. You might just need to focus more on that than you think. Because it is just the difference between getting a big punish and getting nothing a lot of the time.
Okay, yeah, I grinded it out right at the very beginning when we done lessons, but clearly it's
Not stuck yet.
Yeah, so I need to grind that more.
Yeah. And then trying to think what the most like efficient thing to do would be. I think versus like aggro Fox specifically, again what we were saying just about like throwing out more preemptive attacks and like moving out of the way of him more with like rolls and full hops. That just goes for pretty much any character that's sort of rushing you down a lot. I'm sure you'll find some like people in unranked that just like only hold forward on the stick.
Yeah, even if it's like Falcons or Foxes or other Falcons.
Yeah. And yeah, the final thing would just be to just take a look at like stage positioning again, and sort of watch your matches back and try to see how much you're in the center and how much you're in the corner, because that does skew like the risk reward of the game a lot. Is if you're always getting hit in the corner and they're always getting hit in the center, then it's worse for you.
Okay, I think that's enough to work on.
Yeah, I think the wave channel direction stuff practice in Uncle Punch first, and then try it in games, and the other two are just like analysis and net play stuff to do.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, cool.
Stuff to work on. Sweet.
Yeah, that was good. All right, was there anything else or?
The only question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had was not many Foxes seem to play like Pip in terms of just running forwards.
Yeah.
It feels like a lot more Foxes are with punish heavy.
Yeah.
And does that directly contradict the throwing out preemptive aerials and stuff?
Yeah, pretty much.
Or can some of it still work? Or not really?
You can start doing stuff where you like bait him with attacks that look whiff punishable, but they aren't. So like the mango down air where you like drift back.
Yeah.
Or you can still do the stuff where you move around instead, right? Like full hopping is still probably good versus that style. But yeah, it might have been why Pip threw you off so much, is because you haven't played many Foxes that play like that. So what you're doing where you're like holding shield and waiting is actually decent versus those like whiff punish heavy Foxes.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just like a lot of like lower level people don't play all the parts of the matchup, so it's difficult to get like exposure to everything.
I'll have to get
yeah.
that in mind, because what I don't want to do is like seesaw and go super aggro and then lose to all the whiff punish.
Yeah, I don't want you to think of it as soon as you're in the corner you should be rolling and full hopping. I want you to think of it as, what is this Fox doing? Are they rushing me down so I need to move and throw out attacks more, or are they waiting and so I need to laser or move around more? if that makes sense. Like, you should see what they're doing and then make the adaptation rather than having like a set plan for that situation that you're going to do every time, you know?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That was the only thing I was thinking.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Did you want me to make some notes for it as well, or?
If you could please, because I'm going away Saturday, so.
Oh, that's cool.
Once I get back.
Yep, that's fine. All right. I'll post them with the Patreon thing again. I think that's just easier for everyone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Alright, sweet. I'll speak to you in a bit then. Huh?
Yeah, I'll see you, dude.
Bye bye.
To battle. Up gates.